For months, Caitríona Balfe had been quietly preparing for motherhood. Away from the cameras, she focused on her health, took gentle walks through the parks near her London home, and made a conscious effort to slow down her work schedule. Friends said she was radiant, a quiet glow that came not from Hollywood lights, but from the private joy of knowing her life was about to change forever. She had no intention of announcing her pregnancy just yet. She wanted the moment to be hers, on her terms. But as so often happens in the entertainment industry, privacy is a fragile thing. The link to Sam Heughan. Caitríona's name had been tied to Sam Heughan for nearly a decade. Their chemistry in Outlander had sparked fan fantasies, gossip columns, and even conspiracy theories about a secret romance. Off-screen, they shared a deep friendship built on trust, loyalty, and mutual respect. They knew the rumors were just part of the job, until now. Because when her pregnancy became known, some corners of the internet began weaving a far more complicated story, one that dragged in another name entirely: Dakota Johnson. Enter Dakota Johnson. Sam had recently been working on a film project that brought him into close contact with Dakota Johnson. Their easy rapport during press events and behind-the-scenes clips didn't go unnoticed. Fans commented on their shared laughter, their comfortable body language, the way Dakota leaned in when Sam spoke. It was harmless in reality, two actors getting along during a demanding project, but for gossip outlets hungry for clicks, it was gold. Soon, headlines appeared. Sam Heughan and Dakota Johnson's on-set chemistry raising eyebrows. Where does Caitríona Balfe fit in the picture? The twist the media couldn't resist. When Caitríona's pregnancy was leaked, via a grainy paparazzi shot of her leaving a private clinic, the gossip machine pounced. One tabloid headline screamed, "Pregnant Caitríona Balfe heartbroken over Sam Heughan's bond with Dakota Johnson?" The piece stitched together unrelated events, implying a love triangle where none existed. Social media fanned the flames, with fans taking sides, defending one actress over the other, and dissecting every public moment Sam shared with either woman. The emotional strain. For Caitríona, it was surreal. Here she was, navigating the early months of pregnancy, the exhaustion, the hormonal changes, the careful balancing of her health, while reading articles that painted her as a scorned woman in some imagined feud. Her friends urged her to ignore it. "It'll blow over," they said. But the noise was constant. Even her most joyous milestone was now being filtered through a lens of suspicion and rivalry. Sam in the middle. Sam, for his part, was blindsided. He had no idea that his friendship with Dakota, or his enduring closeness with Caitríona, had become fuel for such a narrative. He reached out to Caitríona privately, assuring her the rumors were baseless and promising to avoid situations that could feed them further. Still, every public move he made was watched, analyzed, and turned into a story. It was like trying to walk through a minefield without knowing where the danger lay. The public image spiral. Dakota Johnson, used to her own share of Hollywood gossip, initially brushed it off. But even she was surprised by the intensity of the coverage. Interviewers began dropping veiled questions about Sam during her press junkets, forcing her to navigate the situation carefully. Meanwhile, Caitríona's pregnancy, the very thing that should have been her shield from such noise, became the central talking point in a saga she never wanted to be part of. The leaked image. The breaking point came on a cool Friday evening. A photo hit the internet, grainy, taken from a distance, but unmistakable. It showed Sam Heughan, Caitríona Balfe, and Dakota Johnson all in the same frame outside a private members' club in London. No one knew the context. It could have been a coincidence, a friendly gathering, or even a business meeting. But in the world of celebrity gossip, context rarely matters more than the image itself. Within minutes, social media lit up. "This is it, proof of the drama. Can you believe they're all together?" Theories exploded. Was this a confrontation? A reconciliation? A PR stunt? The truth was far more mundane. But the perception was already spinning out of control. Theories bloomed like wildfire. Some claimed Caitríona had confronted Sam over his friendship with Dakota. Others insisted Dakota was there to explain herself. A few even speculated that the meeting was a staged publicity stunt for an upcoming project. By mid-morning, hashtags like #SamandCaitríona, #Sam and Dakota, and #pregnancy drama were trending simultaneously. A rare, chaotic overlap that showed just how divided and invested the online audience had become. Caitríona's private reaction. For Caitríona, the weekend was a blur of phone calls and text messages from friends, family, and her team. Her pregnancy, once a private joy, now felt like a public circus. Alone in her London home that Saturday evening, she let the tears come. The stress wasn't just about the gossip, it was about the intrusion, the feeling that even in such a vulnerable time, she couldn't shield herself from the spotlight. A close friend later said, "She wasn't angry at Sam or Dakota. She was angry that people would rather invent drama than respect her happiness." Sam's position. Sam found himself in an impossible position, caught between defending two women he cared about and knowing that any statement could be twisted to feed the gossip further. He called Caitríona first. "I'm so sorry you're dealing with this," he told her. "None of this is fair to you." Her voice was calm but tired. "I know, but we can't hide forever. This will eat us alive if we let it." Then he called Dakota, assuring her that he would make sure she wasn't left to weather the storm alone. Dakota's perspective. Dakota Johnson had been through media storms before, but this one frustrated her in a different way. She wasn't romantically involved with Sam, and she had nothing but respect for Caitríona, yet here she was, cast as an interloper in a story that wasn't hers. She decided to do something rare for her: address the rumors directly. The first public statement. On Sunday afternoon, Dakota posted on Instagram, "There's no feud. There's no scandal. Sam is a colleague and a friend. Caitríona is someone I deeply respect. The idea that my presence in their lives could overshadow such a beautiful moment for her is heartbreaking." The post was accompanied by a candid photo of the three of them from that night, smiling, relaxed, and clearly not locked in any kind of confrontation. Caitríona speaks out. Hours later, Caitríona released her own statement, more personal in tone. "Pregnancy is a time of joy and change, and I had hoped to keep this part of my life private a little longer. I'm grateful for the love and support I've received, and I want to be clear that the stories about rivalry or heartbreak are simply not true. Sam has been a dear friend for many years, and Dakota is a kind and thoughtful person. I hope we can all move past the noise and focus on what matters." Her words struck a chord. Fans flooded her comments with congratulations and apologies, shifting the tone of the conversation from drama to empathy. Sam's turn. Finally, Sam weighed in with a message that was short but impactful. "Friendship and respect. That's the truth here. Nothing else matters." He posted a photo of himself between Caitríona and Dakota, arms around both, all three of them laughing. The show of unity. On Monday evening, the three of them were spotted together again, this time at a charity event for children's health, an appearance they had planned weeks earlier. Rather than avoid the cameras, they leaned into the moment. They posed together on the red carpet, smiling, answering questions about the charity, and refusing to engage with any gossip. The photos from that night told a very different story, one of solidarity, not scandal. The aftermath. By midweek, the hashtags had shifted. Instead of #pregnancy drama, the trending tag was #solidarity goals. The photo of the trio at the charity event became a symbol for shutting down false narratives through unity. Entertainment writers who had fueled the triangle speculation now pivoted, publishing pieces about the power of friendship in Hollywood, and how Caitríona, Sam, and Dakota flipped the script. Behind the scenes. Privately, Caitríona still felt the sting of the intrusion. Pregnancy was already a delicate time, physically, emotionally, and mentally, and the whirlwind had left her drained. But she also felt a deep sense of relief. The air had been cleared, the rumors dismantled, and the people who mattered to her had stood beside her. Sam, too, was grateful. It could have gone so differently, he told a friend. But we didn't let the media play us against each other. Closing reflection. In the end, shock heartbreak wasn't the true story. The real story was resilience, of 3 people refusing to let the tabloids dictate the narrative of their lives. Caitríona's pregnancy would still be covered in the press, but now the coverage was tinted with respect rather than scandal. Sam and Dakota's friendship was intact, and the trio had turned what could have been a rift into a public moment of loyalty. And for Caitríona, the takeaway was clear. Even in a world that thrives on drama, the truth, when spoken clearly and together, can still cut through the noise.